Does your dog keep shaking their head, scratching at their ears until they whimper? Have you leaned in close and caught that strange, musty smell coming off them, almost like corn chips or stale beer? If that sounds familiar, I want you to know something. That's not a minor annoyance. Your dog is in real discomfort. They're very likely fighting a stubborn yeast ear infection, and they can't tell you how much it's bothering them. Now, here's what usually happens next. You load them into the car, you drive to the clinic, and you walk out having spent $200, $300, sometimes $400 on tests and drops and pills. The infection clears up for a week or two, and then it comes roaring right back. But what if the thing that finally breaks that cycle isn't sitting on a shelf at the vet's office? What if it's sitting in your kitchen cupboard right now and it costs you less than $5? So, I'm Dr. Evan Park. I've been a veterinarian for over 20 years. And today I'm going to walk you through the exact home remedy that cleared up a severe yeast ear infection in just a few days. But I have to give you a serious warning before we go one step further. If you use this remedy the wrong way or on the wrong dog, you can actually cause permanent damage to their hearing. So please don't skip ahead. There's one safety check coming up that you absolutely cannot miss. We're going to cover exactly what this remedy is, the precise mix you need, the step-by-step way to use it safely, and the deeper changes that stop this painful thing from ever coming back. Let's get into it. To beat this thing, you first have to understand how it survives, and it comes down to the shape of your dog's ear. A human ear canal goes almost straight in, but a dog's ear is shaped like the letter L. It drops down first, then makes a sharp turn toward the eardrum. Picture that for a second. It's dark down there, it's warm, and it traps moisture beautifully. That is the perfect little greenhouse for a tiny organism called yeast. Now here's the part most people never hear. Yeast lives on your dog's skin and in their ears all the time. In normal amounts, it causes no trouble at all. Your dog's own body keeps it in balance. But the moment something tips that balance, the yeast population explodes. It multiplies fast. And that's when you get the thick brown gunk, the constant itching, and that unmistakable corn chip smell. So why do the standard treatments keep failing? When you go to the vet, the usual prescription is a strong topical drop, an antifungal, a steroid, and an antibiotic all in one. And look, that cocktail often knocks the symptoms down for a little while, but it rarely fixes what started the problem. It gets trickier if your dog is put on oral antibiotics. Those travel through the whole body, and they wipe out the good bacteria living in your dog's gut along the way. Here's why that matters. Most of your dog's immune system lives in that gut. So when you clear out the good bacteria, you actually leave your dog more open to the yeast coming back. And that's the trap. The ears clear up, the gut takes a hit, the yeast returns stronger, and you're back at the clinic with another bill in your hand. To truly break that loop, we have to change the environment inside the ear so the yeast simply can't live there. So, what is it? It's raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, the cloudy kind with what's called the mother floating in it. Now please do not go grab the bottle and pour it in your dog's ear. If you do that right now, you'll cause your dog real pain, and I'll explain exactly why in just a minute. First, let me show you why this works so well. Yeast is very sensitive to its surroundings. It thrives when the environment is neutral or alkaline. Apple cider vinegar is full of natural acids. When you dilute it properly and get it into the ear, it flips that environment. Suddenly it's too acidic for the yeast to survive. The yeast can't hold on, it can't multiply, and it starts to die off. And because the raw vinegar still has its live beneficial compounds, it helps bring the skin back into a healthier balance at the same time. But this remedy has a partner it can't work without: clean water, purified or distilled, warmed up gently. Here's the golden rule for the mix: exactly 1 part apple cider vinegar to 1 part warm water. 50-50, nothing stronger. Why does it have to be diluted? Think about it. If your dog has been scratching, the skin inside that ear is already raw and torn. Straight vinegar on raw skin burns like fire. Your dog would never let you near their ears again. Diluting it brings the strength down to something that still kills the yeast, but doesn't hurt your best friend. Before I show you how to use it, we have to cover the single most important warning in this whole video. Miss this, and you could cause lasting harm. So stay with me here. You must look inside your dog's ear before you put any liquid in it. Get a bright flashlight. Look down into the canal. Is the ear bleeding? Are there deep, raw, open sores? Do you see thick, greenish, or yellow pus instead of brown wax? If you see any of that, stop. This remedy is not safe for your dog right now. Greenish pus usually points to a deeper bacterial infection, and that needs a real veterinary visit, not a home fix. And here's the bigger reason for caution. If your dog's eardrum has been damaged by a long-running infection, then any liquid you pour in, even plain water, can slip through into the deep parts of the ear. That can wreck their balance and their hearing for good. So watch for these signs. Is your dog tilting their head hard to one side? Are they stumbling or losing their balance? Are their eyes flicking back and forth on their own? If yes, their inner ear is already in trouble, do not use this remedy. Take them straight to your vet. But if the ear is just red, itchy, a little smelly, and full of normal brown waxy gunk with no deep bleeding, then you're good to go. Let's walk through it. Take your time with this. If you rush and make it stressful, your dog gets worked up and it's twice as hard the next time. Slow and calm wins here. First, check the temperature. Your 50-50 mix should be lukewarm, never cold. Cold liquid going down that deep canal is a real shock to your dog. It makes them dizzy and uncomfortable. Just set your little container in a bowl of warm water for a few minutes until it feels close to body temperature. Next, get the mix into the ear. You've got 2 ways to do this. If your dog is very sensitive, soak a cotton ball in the warm mix until it's dripping and gently tuck it right into the opening of the ear. If your dog is calm and cooperative, you can use a small dropper to put a little of the warm liquid straight into the canal. Now here's the step everyone forgets, and it's the most important one. The second the liquid is in, bring your fingers down to the base of the ear, right where it meets the head. You'll feel a firm little tube down there. Massage it gently for about 30 to 45 seconds. You should hear a wet, squishing sound. That sound is good. That massage pushes the liquid past that sharp turn in the ear and breaks up all the trapped, crusty gunk sitting deep at the bottom. Then step back, because your dog is about to shake their head hard. Let them. That shaking is nature's own tool. It lifts all the loosened yeast and wax up out of the deep canal and brings it to the surface where you can reach it. Now take a clean, dry cotton ball and wipe away all the gunk and liquid you can see on the outer part of the ear. And please, never push a Q-tip down into the canal. Because of that L shape, a Q-tip works like a plunger. It packs the infected wax right back down against the eardrum and makes everything worse. Cotton balls only. Wipe only what your eyes can actually see. When you're done, give your dog a really good treat. A piece of chicken, something they love. You want them to connect ear cleaning with a reward. Do this once a day for 5 to 7 days. For mild cases, you'll often see the redness fade and the smell disappear within 2 to 3 days. For tougher cases, keep going for the full week until that cotton ball comes away clean. Now listen closely, because this next part is what separates a temporary fix from a real cure. If all you do is clean the ears, you're only treating the smoke. You're not putting out the fire. Yeast in the ear is almost never just an ear problem. It's usually a sign of something bigger going on inside your dog's body. And if you don't address that, the infection will come back in a few weeks or months. I promise you it will. So let's talk about the 3 things that keep the fire burning. The first is diet. This is the big one. Yeast feeds on sugar. But your dog isn't eating candy, so where's the sugar coming from? Their food. A lot of standard kibbles are loaded with heavy carbohydrates. Corn, wheat, potatoes, peas. Your dog's body breaks those down into sugar. That sugar makes its way out through the skin and the earwax, and it becomes an all-you-can-eat buffet for the yeast. If your dog keeps getting yeast infections, look hard at their food, move toward a higher protein, lower carbohydrate diet, starve the yeast from the inside. The second trigger is allergies. When a dog is allergic to something, whether it's pollen, grass, or an ingredient in their food, their body reacts with inflammation. That inflammation brings heat and swelling to the skin, especially in the ears and paws, and that weakens the skin's natural defenses, letting the yeast move in and take over. The third is trapped water. Does your dog love to swim? Do you bathe them and let their ears just air dry? Water sitting at the bottom of that L-shaped canal washes away the ear's natural protection and creates a warm little pool where yeast thrives. So here's a simple rule. The moment your dog gets out of the bath or the lake, wipe their ears with a cotton ball dipped in your 50-50 vinegar mix. It resets the balance and helps dry things out before the yeast ever gets a chance. While the vinegar works on the outside, you can help your dog heal faster from the inside with 3 simple additions to their bowl. The first is a good probiotic. A healthy gut means a stronger immune system, and a stronger immune system naturally keeps yeast in check. Adding good bacteria back into your dog's system helps crowd out the yeast everywhere in their body. The second is fish oil, the kind with omega-3s from small fish like sardines or anchovies. Yeast infections itch so badly because of inflammation. Fish oil helps calm that inflammation from the inside, so your dog isn't so desperate to scratch and damage their ears. The third is a little coconut oil. It contains a natural compound that fights yeast directly. You can add a small amount to their food, about half a teaspoon for every 20 pounds they weigh. Start small, since too much too fast can upset their stomach. Always check with your own vet before adding supplements, especially if your dog has other health issues, but for many dogs, these 3 make a real difference. Let's be honest with each other for a moment. This remedy is genuinely effective, and it has saved a lot of pet owners a lot of money, but it is not a cure for every single situation. If you follow this exactly for 7 full days and see no improvement at all, or if the ear gets more painful, more swollen, or starts weeping fluid or blood, stop the home treatment and get to your vet. Some infections sit deep in the ear or involve stubborn bacteria that need professional care and prescription medicine. Being a good dog owner means knowing when to reach for a home remedy and knowing when to hand it over to a professional. There's no shame in either one. But for the everyday, itchy, waxy, smelly yeast flare-up, this simple vinegar routine can be a real turning point. For your dog's comfort and for your peace of mind. It works gently, it works naturally, and it works fast.